Good morning, internets, and welcome back to the reading of the Master List of Logical Fallacies with Al Muelger, Bryce Barnett, and Sarah Leff. And today we are on number 115, the scripted message. Now, Alan, read your scripted message.
The scripted message, also talking points. Here are my talking points. A contemporary fallacy related to big lie technique where a politician or public figure strictly limits her or his statements on a given issue to repeating carefully scripted, often exaggerated or empty phrases developed to achieve maximum acceptance or maximum desired reaction from a targeted audience. See also dog whistle politics and political correctness above. The opposite of this fallacy is that of venting. Okay, so it's basically like the idea of quote unquote sticking to the script is what it sounds like. Like I'm gonna say what's on the cards type thing, which would be the fallacy that would have been committed by Iron Man in Iron Man 1 if he had stuck to the cards, but he didn't, and he decided to do something different. Which if you haven't seen that movie and you don't want spoilers, I don't know how you haven't seen it because it's been out for a long time, but he does something different.
Yes.
I
Thank
did
you for
get
that, because Sarah actually, I don't think Sarah has, and we're planning
no,
on watching it.
no, but I know what it is because I heard about it.
Okay.
That like, oh, he said this and that wasn't in the script, and I'm like, great, okay. Like
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I do this a lot, and Alan has called me out on it, rightfully so. And I'm going to focus on not doing that as much as I can.
I used to do this one a lot. Um, However, for me, I found that by trying to, at least in my own business, I found that by me trying to stick to a batched series of things, it almost always created a feeling or an experience of disconnection between me and the audience or me and the people I was serving. There was one training in particular where I made this whole thing, this whole flow. There were three core points I was going to go over. I went over point number one, and then I was getting ready to transition to point number two. And then this person asked a question that I was like, oh shit, like they're with this person's question, it indicates that they are not even in a place where point two and three could even start to make sense. Okay, I need to throw out the entire remaining of the training and change it depending on what this person needs in this moment. If I stuck to my script, I would have lost everybody. So I used to stick to the script because I was like, this is what I need to be successful, and I need to this is how I get a good message across is I've got my points, and my points, if I have a good story and a good point and a good flow, then I win. And then after a while I was like, no, that doesn't work very well. So that one used to a lot when I was really heavy on like wanting to focus on being a really good public speaker. That was when I was the most stuck to this.
for me, I don't know if this is necessarily like a script, but like with um the Invader Zim stuff that Bryce and I are doing, when we have our production meetings, like I stick as much as possible to the agenda, and then like people get off track and then I yell at them. Not I don't yell at them, but I'm like, "Hey, we gotta we gotta focus." So I think like that's kind of like the only thing that would be like sticking to a script even though it's not like a actual script,
Well,
you
for
know?
example, like I could play into that. It's like, yes, we have an agenda, but what if we get a curveball and uh Joey Love comes in, our composer, and well, now we have to talk about music right now. Like
Yeah,
we can't not uh just we can't ignore him because he his
right.
his schedule is so crazy that if he took the time to come out to have a meeting with us, then that's a big deal. So yeah, or sometimes Max from the completely different server will come in and have a massive update, and we So sometimes, yeah, things have to be on the ball, ready to change, regardless of the script.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the one which says the opposite is fallacy is that of venting, which I'm guessing is like I'm guessing that's when somebody says, I'm venting, and then they just say whatever, and they use the structure of venting as permission to say whatever the hell they want. So, like,
I think you're actually right. I think that's
yeah,
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we'll get there because this is an alphabetical order. So
Yes, I figured because I saw it was yeah, yeah, yeah. But I just like I find that funny because I know people who've done that, and it's just like, yeah, yeah.
yes. Speaking of that, you know what? Okay, I want to talk about it, but that's a different one. But I'll just say it right now because it's on my mind and I'll probably forget later. Uh,
No, stick to
once,
the script, Bryce. Stick to the script.
God damn it. So yeah. Once upon a time, I dated someone that was talking about um how their child uh they were white, by the way, how their child was bullied in school from a black kid, and because of that they're just like, well, I'm venting, but what I want to do is take my child out of public school and then put him in a school with only white kids. And they're like, I know that's racist, or I know that sounds racist, but like, I'm really just protecting my kid. I'm like, well, the reason that it sounds racist is because it is racist. Like, it just is. Like, that is racist. That's what racism is. Um, and they're well, I'm just venting, so it's okay. I'm like, bro, like that's not how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I want to kind of like, I know we're kind of getting off of the, speaking of like, no.
We're getting off the script.
But with the venting thing, um, it's not exactly like venting, but it's like that situation just kind of reminded me of the other day, I think actually in the Invader Zim server, um, someone said something and started it by saying like no offense or whatever or like this, and then I had to correct them and be like, you know, just because you say no offense doesn't mean that it's not offensive, you know. Oh no, it wasn't in the Invader Zim server. It was on The Line, which is the show that Bryce and I watch. Someone in the live chat said like something like no offense and then said something offensive. And I was like, that's not how that works. Like,
Yeah, I would say that does fall under venting as well.
oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because you're just like, I'm allowed to say this if I say like I'm just venting, or hey, no offense, or like
Right.
don't be mad
Okay.
about this, and then they're mad about it. Like, I told you you're not allowed to be mad. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, that's the scripted message and the opposite of the scripted message, which we got off of our scripted message to say. There you go. Have fun with that one.
That was good.